All right, welcome. This is the Daily Close. I am Crypto-pleb. This is my boy here, OX Infinite Bid, and we're coming through with 5 different coins, different projects that we think that if you get into it, can really get some great return. These are interesting projects and what they do. They're a lot of fun. But before I go too much further into it, just remember that we are not financial advisors. So please do your own research. It's your own money. You need to be able and aware of the risk you might take. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about some of these projects you guys are absolutely gonna love.
Let's do it. I'm excited about this episode because we've got 5 projects that we think are going to really perform well in the market. I mean, we are in a little bit of a dip right now, but these projects will definitely be the ones to keep an eye out for.
Just buy the dip. That's all it is.
Just got to buy the dip. Just got to buy the dip. So let's start off with VeChain.
Yeah.
VeChain.
I mean, VeChain. I mean, it's a really good project. We've been in this project for a couple of years now. With VeChain, it can work as a platform that's designed to enhance the entire supply chain management. It's fully tamper-proof, distributed ledger technology. Think of it like, how maybe there's lots of copyright or copied, forged items. VeChain,
Counterfeit stuff, right?
Yeah, counterfeit stuff. That's it. It can help prevent these kind of things because blockchain cryptocurrency is not fungible, and it's can't be copied. So you'll know that what you're getting is the actual true thing, and that's one of many problems that VeChain tries to solve.
Yeah, I think VeChain is a great project. I was invested in it a long time, and I've seen it go through its highs and lows. But one of the amazing things about VeChain is that it's the first mover in the supply chain market. So what that means is that it has a big advantage over everything else. You do have other projects that are tackling the supply chain, but VeChain is the biggest by far. It's got a 6.6 billion market cap as of today, and if you look at the market caps that some of the bigger coins have, like Ethereum, that's nothing compared to Ethereum, and it just shows the amount of growth that it has to go. And supply chain is I think it's estimated to grow into a huge industry in the coming 5 years. I think it's worth about $15 billion right now. So there's a big market to tackle, and I think VeChain is in the best position to do that. So if you are looking for a blockchain project or a crypto project that tackles that area, with massive potential, VeChain is definitely the one to look into.
It's absolute real utility to the world. It's actually absolutely exciting project. It also, if you don't know already, VeChain, it runs on a dual token system. And VeChain's ecosystem is built on top of the VeChain for blockchain. So this is all proof of stake. It's on its own mainnet. I think it was back in 2018 when it ICO'd, it raised like 20 million capital. I mean, it's really successful, very smart team put together, putting this project up.
Yeah.
It's just only going to get, I think, not only does it link products to consumers using blockchain technology, but it's I guess more or less like an IoT token layer. It tracks assets on the blockchain coupled with a smart contract layer. So there's a lot of governance here. So it's very cool.
It's definitely a project that with a lot of utility. I mean, and it's backed by some of the biggest players in the world. It's backed by people like Sony, Google. Who else you got? You got Samsung as well that are backing this project. They just have so many partnerships. I think even Walmart are looking to get involved or have already partnered with VeChain. So it's sort of like an enterprise project that is going to go mainstream. So yeah, there's a lot of potential for VeChain, a lot of promising growth and promising partnerships coming along. And now's the perfect time to buy because it had a great run, and up to about 26 cents. It's come down to 10 cents now. So now is probably a great time to look to ladder your buys in. But of course, this is not financial advice, as Crypto-pleb mentioned, but we're very bullish on this project.
I think it's also going into VeChain is also going into the medical field as well too. And given the global pandemic, being able to go into this area as well, which is so critical for society. This kind of technology can help not only comply with regulations to drastically enhance people's lives, but also unlock new capabilities for global healthcare systems. Mostly just unlocking inefficiencies and creating oversight, reducing costs.
Yeah, I think one of the bigger news with VeChain recently was that they became the first blockchain, or the first project to be involved in the recent pandemic. They were the first to actually record vaccinations on the blockchain. So that's something that's really, really huge. Anyway, let's move on to the next project. So VeChain, very, very bullish. We have another one now, Convex Finance. So Convex Finance, I am personally super, super bullish on this. I'm invested myself, just full disclosure there. I am invested myself. I think it's a great project within the DeFi space. So essentially what Convex Finance is it's sort of like a Lego block that's built on top of an existing protocol called Curve, where billions of stable coins get transferred and staked and farmed every day. So what Convex allows you to do is you can earn a whole bunch of rewards and a whole bunch of fees that users actually
like trading fees and like, so claim boosted Curve too, right?
So it's got all the benefits of Curve, plus it's got its own CVX token and CVX boost as well. So if you're looking to get into DeFi, definitely take a look at this. It's still a very, very small market cap. The current circulating supply is about 4 million with a market cap of 23 million. This is still got legs. This thing's going to run, especially when DeFi summer hopefully comes around this season. Convex Finance is the one where you want to keep your eye on. I'm also staking Convex Finance as well. You can stake your Curve. You can stake a whole bunch of different tokens as well that Curve have, just at a boosted APR. So great project. Great project. Again, it had a little bit of a run up and a bit of a dip. So if you are looking to get to any of these projects, now is the perfect time.
Since everything's cheaper now, so definitely a good time to get in, because we personally think it's only going to go up. So definitely do some research, but I think this is definitely worth it.
Yeah, there's a lot of eyes on Convex Finance, and if you take a look at how big Curve is already, Curve is currently valued at around, I think, just under $1 billion. $1 billion market cap. So, if Convex was to catch to Curve, you're looking at 20, 30, 50x maybe, maybe like a 30 or 40x from here. So
I'll buy it.
Yeah, I'm already in it, so I'm probably going to buy more as well on the dip. So Convex Finance, great project. And then let's move on to our third recommendation, which is the Theta Network. Theta, I thought a very, very interesting project with this one. It's to put it very simply, this network, Theta Network, is a decentralized video streaming network that is powered by blockchain technology. So what it allows people to do is you can watch. So on this, you go to the website, you can watch videos. It allows you to watch video content and get rewarded with tokens as you share your internet bandwidth and computing resources on a peer-to-peer basis. So what makes it more interesting, and so the premise is that up until now, there's a point of presence for like a data center or servers or resources to pull data from to
get the content through. But because there's only one area where it comes through, if there's a high amount of concurrent or people using it at the same time, that your network slows down. You guys had it before. Buffering your videos take a long time. It's not great. But with peer-to-peer, other people watch the same video, sharing the resources, people who have more resources than others can help bring up the other people up, and it increases the basically the utility, the fun, and the usefulness of these, of YouTube and all these other kind of video content or viewing platforms. So me, I'm personally, I think it's very, very good, and it's had a really good run up recently, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, a really good run up, and it's one of the stronger performers in my opinion. They've got the mainnet releasing, I think it's at the end of this month. If you wanted to get a quick trade in there and ride the pump, now could be a good time to buy potentially. But Theta is a great project as well, because it's essentially trying to become the YouTube of the decentralized space. So they're the biggest play by far right now. They have a market cap of around 8 billion. There's nothing to laugh about. And they've just proven again and again that they have a strong development team, they have a strong project, and that's reflected in the price action, and that's why we're both really, really bullish on Theta.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much application to such a such a network, such technology. And I advise anybody to go through Theta's website. Everything's quite well documented. They have a very proper white paper detailing the problem, what they're trying to solve, and how they're doing it. If I can give you guys a few things that'd be quite interesting, is that this network will help tackle anti-piracy, since tokens may be used in a stream to cache certain content. The tokens serve as a disincentive in the network, as the content can be tagged as required tokens or premium content. Other stuff like sidechain, plasma for infinite transaction throughput. I mean, infinite transaction throughput, we're talking about fast. Sending of data and enabling you to have the fastest video viewing experience. The quality of service will only increase. But this is all based on tiering complete smart contracts on the Theta blockchain. This is just solid layer 2 constructs. So it's there's many more good things that come from this. So yeah, it's I'd go for it for sure.
I'm just taking a look at their website now, and the Theta mainnet, it's launching in 18 days, 16 hours. So that's definitely a big catalyst, a big a piece of news that's coming out for Theta mainnet. And I've used the site before. It's great. There's a lot of live streams going on there, mainly gaming. There's some poker as well, but it's very smooth. It's very fast. And I believe the number of nodes is growing each day. So the actual protocol itself and the network itself is growing, quite a lot every day. And something that we didn't mention, which again is, I think we did mention actually, they're backed by some very, very big names, Google, Sony, Samsung, Binance as well, just to name a few. So these guys are actually running validator nodes on the network, which just goes to show the potential of Theta. If it does achieve what it sets out to achieve, which is basically to become the first or the main streaming platform on the blockchain, it's going to be huge. But we're talking about what happened with YouTube and the growth of that when it first came out.
Explode. This is
yeah.
You can imagine with a small investment into this what that can become. So it's enough to get pretty excited about from that perspective. But even just aside from the financial perspective, just the new YouTube running on high technology like this, the possibilities are actually limitless.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that's Theta. Let's move on to our fourth pick of the day, which is how can we talk about a list without Ethereum Crypto-pleb?
That's why we're all here. That's why we're here.
I'm sure you guys, or most of you guys, have heard of Ethereum. It's the second largest cryptocurrency in the whole space, and the reason why we're so bullish on Ethereum is because it's essentially allowing developers to build on top of the blockchain. Incorporate smart contracts. So smart contracts are basically just contracts that execute based on if a certain criteria is met. So it's sort of like automation. And what's being built on Ethereum right now is a lot of DeFi, decentralized finance protocols, which are bringing in a huge amount of liquidity and investment right now. We're talking about tens of billions of dollars of money going through the ecosystem right now. I don't know anyone who's not bullish on Ethereum. And with some of the big news coming out in the next 6 months, I really think that
EIP 1559, right?
Yeah, EIP 1559, which is going to tackle the MEV, which is the minor extractable value, which should make transaction costs not cheaper, but more fair for everyone to use.
More affordable, right? Yeah, because up until now, it's been a bit been quite expensive, so it's seemed a bit prohibitive. So once this comes out, more people will be able to flood into Ethereum, get back onto the network, and start making more transactions. And if you think about it that way, more people buying in means prices will just go up.
Yeah, and
or
the
not
way
prices, the value.
The value is definitely going to increase. There's no doubt in my mind that Ethereum's value is going to increase exponentially, especially in the next 3 or 4 years. My target, and I might be a little bit of a moon boy here, but my target for Ethereum, in the next 3 or 4 years is at least 20K, at least $20,000. So that's 10x from here. It's probably one of the easiest long-term investments you can make. And another great thing about the EIP 1559 is that it makes Ethereum a deflationary productive asset. So what that means is that every transaction that's made, a certain amount of Ethereum is burned. So the more transactions made on the ecosystem, the more that it's burned. And that keeps the inflationary pressure of Ethereum, which it is right now. There isn't a max supply, as you can see from here. It's sort of like an infinite supply right now. But with the burning mechanism coming in with EIP 1559 and the London fork, it's just going to make it even more valuable. So Ethereum is just, you can't mention Ethereum. Sorry, you can't not mention Ethereum on a list of coins that you're most bullish on. And
absolutely,
we've got ETH2 coming out too, ETH 2.0, which is the switch from proof of work to proof of stake, which is tackling these ESG problems now you hear about. It's going to make it more environmental friendly, eco-friendly, and people are actually going to be able to stake and earn rather than mining the actual token to earn. So it's just going to become a even more productive asset than it is right now.
There's so many great things that happen with Ethereum. And actually, so right there, there's a lot of alpha that was just shared right there. So we're going to put that in the comments below, some of the links that you guys can follow about the EIP 1559, the London fork, and the layer 2 proof of stake. That way, you guys can do your own research into Ethereum. The more knowledgeable you can become about this platform, it'll serve you immensely in the future as well too. Not only from learning more about other DeFi projects in the future, but just how to navigate through Ethereum as a whole. For sure. Ethereum's, you can see it as a long, short, mid, and long-term investment. For me, I've got my Ethereum bag and I'm just holding that. I'm not doing anything. Diamond hands.
But yeah, Ethereum is more of a long-term hold for me. But you should definitely have some in your portfolio. Okay, and that brings us on to our final, last but not least, gem right here, which is Polygon.
Yes, or called MATIC.
Polygon, yeah. Well,
But,
the old name was MATIC. It changed to Polygon, but I think that the ticker is still MATIC. It's not changed. So,
so it's
either
quite
one's
an
fine.
interesting one. But no, it's yeah, with this one, with MATIC, with Polygon, it's a very well structured, easy to use platform. And with this, you can, so just like Ethereum, where you can, buy projects and or get into projects, make transactions, but it might cost you money. On Polygon, on the Polygon network, imagine the same kind of things, but just multiple times cheaper. Some people who have been investing in the space are been making their transactions will know the difference between being able to, when you're on Ethereum, you can make a few transactions, but on Polygon, you can make 100 transactions and you hardly burn any MATIC whatsoever.
Yeah, for sure. Polygon is essentially, a layer 2 scaling solution, an interim scaling solution, I'd say, for Ethereum, but nonetheless, it's, I can't take away any of the credit that it's got and any of the attention that it's got recently. Huge potential. It's built by a few Indian developers who are very ambitious, who have done a great job with Polygon. It's essentially a side chain of Ethereum. So there's been a lot of investment and a lot of liquidity again flow into Polygon. I think we're up to almost 10 billion, maybe over 10 billion in Polygon now. And that's in the space of a few months. It's crazy. So there's a lot of money flowing into it, which means that, the money is going to attract developers. The developers are going to develop the dApps, the dApps that attract the users, and the users bring in the money. So that's why we've seen exponential growth with Polygon in the recent months. I don't think it stops here. In my opinion, I think Polygon is going to gun for Binance Smart Chain, BNB.
Yep.
Binance.
What a competitor will be.
Yeah, I mean, Binance Smart Chain is probably sitting around, I think it's like a $50 billion valuation now in terms of market cap, and Polygon here is 7.5. So it's definitely still got a way to go. As you said, it's infinitely cheaper to transact on Polygon. I mean, I've been using Polygon for a few months now, and it just feels so good. That I'm not taking anything away from Ethereum, but once you start making transactions in Polygon, it's pretty hard to go back to the Ethereum network and make transactions. Absolutely. There.
It's shocking how much cheaper it is every transaction now. It's just don't really even think about it now, which is not prudent, but I mean, it's that's just the power of the Polygon, the blockchain. It's so great. It's well constructed architecture. It's really solid, technology. It's just it's only going to get better from here. That's without a doubt.
There's just a number of partnerships every day with Polygon. It just continues to grow and grow and grow, and the total value locked on the actual protocol and the ecosystem is continuing to grow exponentially too. So very bullish on this one. I've personally been writing this up from around 30 cents. Again, that's
good, man.
I'm not giving you any financial advice here, but look into the project, do your own research as always. But I think Polygon is definitely one to keep an eye out. And again, a lot of things have dipped right now, but this chart is showing a little bit of strength here compared to the rest of the altcoins. So check it out.
Lots of faith in the project. So this would be the proverbial dip with Polygon. So just saying, timing's better than is pretty good now.
Yeah, great. So I mean, those are the 5 picks that we have. I would say for the next month or two. Definitely look into those. We think these are going to be some of the strongest performers out of everything else. if you want to trade these, or if you want to invest in these projects, you know that we're going to leave a link in the description below. You can set up a Binance account. You will get,
or a Bybit account too, right?
Bybit account, yeah, but you can't trade some of these tokens on Bybit. You can trade all of them on Binance. So you get a nice 5% of trading fees. Yeah, but if you don't have an account, you know, consider opening one up with the link below.
Yeah, it's a big benefit to you. And yeah, we'll just add a couple of other links or references so you guys can do a little bit of your own research. You know, we'll be coming out with videos, you know, every week. So, you know, come, you know, back to the daily close, check us, you know, check our videos out. I mean, there's a lot of alpha we can provide here, a lot of things you guys can learn. So, you know, just let's go out there and make some money.
Cool. And as always, don't forget to click that like and subscribe button and turn the bell notifications on so you don't miss all the alpha that we leak. So with that, we're gonna say goodbye, and may the pump be with you.
May the pump be with you. See ya.